Alright, everybody. So, I know this isn't like my normal MCU Disney Plus reviews. I'm usually in my house with one of my friends talking about it, but that didn't happen last night. Last night, by the time we got done watching it and everyone left, I was tired. And honestly, I forgot about it. But last night, we watched Loki. And let me tell you, it was good. It was so good. Over 50 minutes long, and it doesn't even feel like time passed. That's how good it is. It is definitely the strongest opening for a Disney Plus show so far, Marvel-wise. Like, I felt like it showed a whole lot more ties to the MCU in its first episode than the other ones did too. There's a lot to process, I think, within the first episode too. So it's like, it's setting up this show that's just gonna be like amazing, I can already tell. I'm gonna go kind of break down what I remember from the episode from last night, and I am gonna throw out some spoilers probably, so I'm gonna go and give you a spoiler warning. So it opens up with the scene from Endgame where Loki takes the Tesseract, and then Marvel logo. Oddly, it doesn't play the Marvel music. It was very, like, made me uncomfortable. It starts playing this other music, and I'm like, what is this? But then Loki crash lands in the desert, Tony Stark style. There's some people there, and he like gets up on this something. He's like trying to like, play God. Like, I'm Loki, and I'm burdened with glorious purpose. But these people don't even speak English, so they're just looking at him like, what? And then these people come out of nowhere. They're confiscating the Tesseract. So Loki's like, hey, get your hands off that. I just got that. So he gets took to the TVA. Trying to make him comply is hilarious. He just totally doesn't get it, because this is Loki from 2012. He hasn't been through, everything the Loki that we're used to has. This is like still working with Thanos Loki, and he's just like not having it. There's this really funny scene where he like questions if he's a robot or not, and it's really funny. Tom Hiddleston does a great job too. I mean, you already know he does a great job because he's been Loki for a long time, but him getting to headline his own show is just completely awesome. The TVA is like pretty much this, they show Loki like this video, and it's like in a cartoon stuff. That's when we met Miss Minute, I think that's what they called her. And she kind of explains what the TVA does, explains like what happened. Like, there used to be a multiverse, and these big three beings came together, like made one timeline, and they call it the Sacred Timeline, which is the timeline of the MCU. So when something breaks off, they have to deal with it. And Loki broke off from the timeline. So he even like questions like the Avengers. He's like, y'all have me, but the Avengers did it. He's like, the Avengers went back in time. That's why I'm here. But the people said that was supposed to happen. That was like part of the timeline, was them going back. It's like, what? So it's like, it's kind of not fair. I can give him that. It's like, what, the Avengers did it, but I go somewhere and I get locked up. Then we find out, and then Owen Wilson's character, while he's like in trial, Owen Wilson's character, Mobius, sees something in Loki, so he gets him like, not pardoned, but he's like, I'm gonna work with him. Just let me work with him right quick and we'll see what I can do. So he takes him into this room, and he has this like projector thing where he can show him like clips of his life, and he was just showing him like hurt people. And then he showed him that like his mom died from Thor Dark World, and how like Loki was the one that said up the stairs to the left or whatever. And they say that like in the TVA you can't use powers. There's no magic, nothing. Mobius leaves for a little bit. Loki escapes. He goes to like the items room to get his Tesseract back. Opens the drawer the Tesseract's supposed to be in, and there's just like tons of Infinity Stones. And he's like, these are Infinity Stones. And the guy's like, yeah, we get tons of those. At this point, Loki realizes, so Loki goes back to the room that Mobius had him in, watches the rest of his life, watches from Thor Ragnarok where Odin said he was proud of his sons. It shows Thor say something sentimental. I can't remember what he says. But then it even goes to like the part where he's like, if you were here, I'd hug you, brother. And then Loki's like, I'm here, brother. And then it shows, Thanos. Loki's like, oh. So then Loki's, no, hold up. And then hits the ground, and then it shows like Thor over his body, and then like the film ends. So Loki realizes that in this timeline he does die, and so he even asks Mobius. He's like, "I'm stuck here. I can't get back to my timeline." You know, Owen Wilson stuff. Exactly. That's why I need you to work with me, type thing. Loki's like, well, why me? You know, like, what? Why do you need the God of Mischief for this? You know, Owen Wilson's like, because the person we're hunting down is you. And then, and then it shows like this part where there's like this mysterious shadowy figure, and there's some TVA people, and she pretty much burns them alive. And then it ends. So, I said she, so I guess I already said, but the villain, I'm guessing, is Lady Loki. I'm excited to see Lady Loki because I think it'd be cool to see like another Loki, like another version of Loki. Loki meeting another Loki really interests me because Tom Hiddleston Loki is gonna think he's the Loki, you know? So like Easter eggs I noticed, definitely the Infinity Stones, the Tesseract, obviously. There's a scene where Loki said something about, you know what, I'm kind of tired of rich billionaires telling me what to do today. His confrontation with Tony Stark and Avengers. When Miss Minutes is talking about the multiverse, she's like, if something happens, it could descend into madness. She used the word madness. Doctor Strange is called Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So this is supposed to set the movie up. So I'm guessing the multiverse is just gonna shatter. And I thought that's why we're gonna get our Spider-Man trailer today. But so far, we have not. And I'm still upset about that. I can't think of any other Easter eggs I've noticed. I'm definitely going to check out the new Rockstars Easter egg video. Definitely go check out the Real Rejects Loki video. And then I'll know more. That's my Loki episode 1 review. If there's something I forgot to touch on, just drop it in the comments, talk about it. Come back next week to hear about episode 2. Hit the like button, subscribe, check out some other reviews. I got a reaction to the trailer for Loki. You can check that out. And I'll see y'all next time.